everyone. Welcome to Toy Break episode 309. I'm Aileen.
309? I'm George.
Are you surprised by 309?
I didn't know what number it was going to be.
It's like it increases by 1 every week. So in case you're wondering, Toy Break is your weekly internet show featuring news and reviews all about the wonderful world of toys, including but never limited to designer vinyl, action figures, plush, collectibles, events, interviews, stuff that's going on, anything that's going on, anything we can get our hands on in said wonderful world of toys. This is not Salami Break. That's Meat Break. Oh. That's a different break.
Different show.
We would like to start, as we usually do, by thanking our site sponsors like Happy Panda Toys,
Tomonosuke,
Suburban Vinyl,
DKE Toys,
and 3D Retro. Thank you so much to them, and thank you so much to the people who've been donating.
Let's hear about it. We got some donations to thank?
We do. Stephen from New Hampshire, Edgar from California, Carson from Missouri, Gary from Georgia, James from Texas, James from Louisiana, Squire from Kentucky, Co from California, Ken from Florida, Jillian from Canada, Bethany from Florida, Shannon from Oklahoma, Richard from the UK, Garrett from Texas, Thomas from New Mexico, Richard from North Dakota, Emile from California, Ingvar from France, and... Small drum
roll, please.
Jay from Idaho.
Yes!
Idaho's on the map!
Jay came through for us.
Jay's awesome. You know who else is awesome?
Everybody else.
Steven and James and Co and Bethany and Richard and Garrett.
We need like
everybody.
We need that like romper room magic mirror that they're like, I see
Gary.
I guess someone else already did that. We need something else.
I see Jillian. That would be awesome.
That's amazing. We have Idaho on the map. So now we need to call out another state, I guess.
Or we could just not call people out.
It worked.
I can't remember which state we have left.
We'll have to look at the map. We'll have to look at it and get back to you on another time.
But thank you, Jay. Thank you for watching and thank you for donating.
There's already a package on the way.
Ooh, fancy. All right, so George, do we have a contest going on? The never-ending contest?
You should take it this week.
Why?
Just, I feel like it that way.
Oh, we just feel like it. All right. Well, if you want to know what contest is going on, it's the Bug Bite and Pipsqueak contest. You can win this set of translucent yellow and glitter resin figures from Chris Reiniak and Amanda Louise Spade by heading over to the contest section on the toybreak.com forum and post your favorite duo from history, literature, TV, movies, etc., wherever. The deadline is June 4th, which, if you're watching this the day it comes out, is tomorrow.
So you already missed it.
You know, no.
You did really well on that. You should probably take all the contests.
I should have done worse on that.
You did really well on that. I like the way you did that. We'll have to try it again next week and see how you do on the new contest.
I don't know if I like what just happened.
I think it's gonna work out.
I don't think I like what just happened here.
Let's get into some news, shall we?
All right, should we talk about the skeleton in the room?
The skeleton in the room.
See what I did there with my words?
Elephant in the skeleton.
Elephant skeleton?
Confused. What are we talking about?
Elephants.
Elephant warriors?
Elephant warriors.
That's the 9 to 5 warriors theme.
I know, I was trying to promote for Brandon.
Okay.
No?
So, skeleton warriors. It's up.
Skeleton warriors?
You ever hear of that?
I have heard of that. What?
That's not the skeleton warrior I remember.
It's an awesome skeleton warrior.
It is. That is an awesome skeleton warrior.
So
if
you guys have not noticed, we just launched a Kickstarter. We launched our newest Kickstarter project, which is Bum 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 Skeleton Warriors.
If you haven't noticed by the time you're watching this, we're doing something wrong in social media.
Or they've been away on a trip.
Or maybe they've been away. So hopefully...
They were on the Riviera for the weekend.
Hopefully you've seen this on Kickstarter. If you have not, please head over to the Kickstarter. Check out the campaign. Maybe possibly pledge for something if any of it strikes your fancy. We really want to get these made, and we'd really love to get more than just the ones we have so far made. We'd really love to keep it going.
We can make so many skeleton warriors.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. If this thing goes, it's going to be amazing. So let's
talk about the project a little bit, though.
Well, first of all, Skeleton Warriors is a line that was put out by Playmates in 1994.
It's actually a brand created by Gary Goddard.
Right.
Back in 1994.
The guy who directed the He-Man movie.
Oh, the live-action He-Man movie?
The live-action He-Man movie. You might remember him from that. He created that. Fell on the floor.
Fair and Dark down.
He created Skeleton Warriors back in the 90s, and it was put out by Playmates, and they were awesome. The figures were amazing.
Go ahead.
they were. I mean, it was an amazing line. There's not much more to say about it. The one thing that the line didn't really do was the skeleton part of it wasn't. They weren't very articulated. They were kind of put in a pose, and they were kind of like static. They moved a little bit, but they didn't really like do anything. So recently, we acquired the license for Skeleton Warriors, and we are now.
We should probably mention that we hunted the license for Skeleton Warriors down because I was a huge Skeleton Warriors fan when they were out back in '94, and like my dad and we would go out hunting for them together, and I don't know, it's just one of my favorite action figure brands that pretty much ever existed.
Yeah. So, working with the guys there, we have taken the cartoon and taken the original concept art and kind of created the new version of Skeleton Warriors. So they don't look exactly like the old figures, and the reason they don't is because we're using those other formats to bring the figures to life.
We're using all the inspiration that we can get our hands on.
Yeah.
Cartoon, action figures, concept art that's not even unreleased concept art that we've obtained from Goddard Studios.
And one of the cool things about the Skeleton Warriors cartoon was when they were fighting, the skeletons would get shot with the lasers and they would burst apart and the skeletons would fall to the ground. And then, it's a cartoon, so the skeletons would continue talking and they're fighting with each other, picking up their bones and putting them back together. And we thought about it and we thought, what better thing to do?
If only there was a system that we could use to break a skeleton apart.
And there is. It's Glyos. So you've heard us talk about Glyos on this show many times. We're huge fans of the whole Glyos world. There's many different people using the system now. And
you can completely take them apart.
Yeah, so we decided what better way to make a cool skeleton figure than one that you can bust apart and put back together and play with.
It breaks down more than that.
It breaks down more than that.
Wait, what's that over there?
This?
Yeah.
This is a full skeleton version without the Baron Dark parts, in case you want to just play with many skeletons as well.
So aside from just the Baron Dark on Kickstarter right now, you can also pledge for this plain Glyos compatible skeleton. And these joints are Glybrid compatible, so they're completely compatible with like Power Lords and things like that. But you can also use several of the parts with any other regular Glyos compatible system, format.
Right. For the most part, they all swap in and out. It depends on the size of the joint and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully you'll go check out the Kickstarter, look at more of the stuff that we have on there than this brief little overview.
There's one other
here.
amazing thing on there.
What else is on there?
Traveler Skeleton.
Oh, which we don't have here in front of us. Yeah, Traveler Skeleton is amazing, and it's a
cross between Phaedon and a skeleton. And not only is it an amazing new addition to the Glyos universe, but it was a collaboration sculpt between the most amazing creator of everything, Matt Dowdy of O'Neill Design, creator of Glyos. But you collaborated with him. You did part of the sculpting.
Matt did all the design. Matt did all the design, figured out how the character's going to look, and then I got to sculpt part of it. So it was really awesome and amazing, and I'm honored to be able to work on a piece that's going to be part of the whole Glyos world. So.
And it's got a pretty sweet axe.
It's got a pretty sweet axe. So yeah, go check it out. If you like any of these things we're showing you here, hopefully this one with the head.
Now you can put them all back together. But the cool thing is, so you can pledge on Kickstarter, and if you want to add extra things to your pledge, you can add an extra $20 for any extra Baron Darks you want, $10 for the bone-colored skeleton, or $10 for a glow-in-the-dark plain skeleton, or $10 for an extra skeleton.
Right. Traveler
and
skeleton.
If we make enough, if we reach our goal and we go past that, we have the first two skeleton guard and soldier ready to go as stretch goals, and then we can keep going. We can do the Legion of Light, we can do Prince Lightstar, and the never before produced Talon. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, like we'd love to just keep it going and just do all of them. So let's see how far we get, and hopefully we'll do them all. It'd be amazing.
26 points of articulation, 17 Glyos parts.
Who doesn't want to
$20?
play with an awesome skeleton? They're going to be really fun.
What else is going on in the news?
Well, how about this Friday? OMFG Series 1 clear like ice. So OMFG Series 1 in clear, and these are going to be a Spanky Stokes exclusive right now at store.spankystokes.com. It's the standard $10 a pack plus shipping, and they're going on sale at noon on Friday. June 6th, Friday.
Noon Pacific Standard Time?
Pacific Standard Time, I would imagine.
So you guys didn't know Baron Dark was also a figure skater. All the possibilities with these joints. So much articulation.
So much.
All right. Also, speaking of Kickstarters.
Yes, let's hear it.
We have Little Maddie Cthulhu. This is by Big Shot Toy Works. It's a 6-inch PVC and ABS designer figure from the Four Horsies of the Apocalypse line, which you can check out at 4horsies.com, which is the number 4.
4 Horsies.
And you can check this particular figure out on Kickstarter right now with a Kickstarter exclusive glow-in-the-dark version. The campaign ends June 19th, so go and check it out.
I want that to go because there's a really awesome, like, bone horse that they're doing that's in the line.
Yeah, it's like the
art.
4 Horsies of the Apocalypse.
It's the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse done as My Little Ponies, and they're really cool. It's funny because it's the 4 Horsemen, but there's 5 of them. Like there's one that's like the leader.
It's the Horsie, yeah.
So they started with the leader, but I really want that skeleton one. So go fund it so they keep making more.
Awesome. What else is going on?
How about Mommy's Boy? This is by Chris Dulfer, and it's a Big Kev's Geek Stuff exclusive.
Big Kev's Geek Stuff, we love them.
We've heard of that show. we love 2/3 of their show.
Whoa.
Just saying, you figure out which 2/3 I'm talking about.
Whoa. I like the whole show. Just saying.
They are putting out a custom 3-inch resin Baghead edition figure, paying homage to Friday the 13th series of 80s slasher films. They are limited to 13 pieces with 1 glow-in-the-dark chase and 1 gold-tinted chase. And they are $45. Available Friday, June 13th. Friday the 13th.
Oh.
These are available at noon Eastern Standard Time in the Geek Stuff online store. That's bkgs.storenvy.com.
Awesome. So much cool stuff happening out there.
I know. So many Kickstarters for cool things. Like...
Mostly Skeleton Warriors. Everybody else's too, but it's exciting.
Since it's our show, we're going to push ours.
Go support everybody's independent toy stuff. That's
but
the
mostly
cool thing.
ours.
Yeah, but if you're not into
kidding.
skeletons, there's like...
I know. There's so much for everyone right now. It's like such an awesome time in designer toy. Like in the independent toy scene, like it's just an awesome time to be here.
It is.
There's
I'm
just
so
much cool stuff getting made and so many cool ways to make it.
But that said, go tell your friends and tweet about Skeleton Warriors. All right, I think it's blind box time.
But really, it's Skeleton Warriors time. Oh wait, no blind box.
Do you guys know what time it is? Blind box time! What do we have today?
We're cleaning out the closet. We got
Spring cleaning!
Lunar Tick in a cup of tea, limited edition special brews.
Special brews.
I am only assuming these are blind box things because I don't know what's in them. I don't know where we got them. I don't know how we got them. They were probably sent to us by Lunar Tick.
Crumbs.
Maybe. I don't know. Let's find out what's in them. It's blind to us.
It's blind box for us.
My apologies if I was supposed to do something else with these. Whoa. I don't remember this one coming out anywhere.
Ooh. Ooh, fancy and pretty. Mine's so serene.
Look at this one.
You got a zombie tee.
And it's
Zombie
like a
tee?
signed custom one.
Oh, mine has a 158 of 200.
I wonder if, and it's signed on the back. I wonder if we were supposed to
is
do
signed?
something with these. Who
Jones,
knows?
2013.
These are amazing.
These are very awesome.
I never saw a zombie one.
These are so cool. So Matt Jones, Lunartic, designs these. These are Lunartic cup of tea. Love these guys. They're adorable.
We have many of them around our apartment.
You know, I think these make a fantastic little, like, gift for, like, I'm going over to
Moms.
your house.
Gift for
Here's
moms.
here's a
Dads
little
and
toy.
grads, as they say this
Dads
time of
and
year.
grads. I'm just saying, if you were throwing a little tea party or hosting a dinner, how cute would it be to be like, oh, everybody gets a little tea?
Even your Aunt Meg can like these.
Aunt Meg.
Someone has an Aunt Meg, right?
Awesome. Well, these are super cool. Lunartic.com.
Zombie cup of tea.
Awesome.
I don't know how you get these or where they're available, but go for
The
it.
blind box. Let's move on to some reviews, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right. So, we've actually been out of the studio for a couple weeks.
We've been road tripping across this here USA.
We have Holiday Road.
Ain't nothing better. What was the slogan?
Ain't nothing better nowhere.
Ain't nothing better nowhere.
That That's from Dreamland Barbecue. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
in some place somewhere. What state was that in?
In Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
That's what I said.
So why did we drive across the country?
We went to the CMON Expo. Now we know how to say it
It's
correctly.
not come on.
It's not come on. It's CMON. CMON Expo. It's the Cool Mini or Not Expo, and that was in Atlanta. It was just outside of Atlanta in Buckhead, Georgia.
Yes.
Which is a suburb of Atlanta.
And is it cool mini or not? I would definitely say it's a cool expo.
It was yeah, Cool Expo or not?
Cool
Yes,
Expo or not?
Cool Expo.
Oh, why didn't they name it that?
Yeah, it was really. We didn't have really any idea what to think of when we got there. We'd played some of their games.
We didn't know what to expect. Yeah.
Right. We had played some of their games, but that's really all we knew.
Yeah, big fans of Zombicide and Rivet Wars, of course, designed by our own Ted Terranova.
So we kind of went blind into this, but when we got there, like, it was amazing. Like the convention was really cool. Everybody was like super friendly and nice, and like basically you just go to play games. Like there's a whole room set up with tables and games, and
amazing terrain.
And you just sit and play, and other people are there to play games. You sit, you're like, hey, you want to play with me? Yeah, let's go. And everybody plays games.
Or you could go sit and paint your minifigures. Miniature figures.
That was probably the coolest part. Was the over
what
in
do
the
you got goodies?
Well, over in the painting area, they had a whole painting area set up, and it was you paint it, you get it, you take it home. Mm-hmm. And they had like a ton of miniatures there that you could just pick up and try the paints, and you get to keep the miniature when you're done. But they had these little booklets just sitting on the table that you could take with you. It's a guide to using their specific paints, whichever paints these are. War paints. It's at thearmypainter.com. And it's like all these great techniques about which brushes to use, what paints, how to apply them, different styles of painting. And this was just a free little book they were giving away. I mean, if I got nothing else from the convention but this, I would have been stoked.
Spanky stoked?
I would have been spanky stoked Friday at noon. I can't wait to try some of these things. They got this thing called Quick Shade. It's like a super easy, like you just dip in the miniature and it's like painted for you already.
I would do that.
I'm going to try it. It's amazing.
Quick Shade.
They were also selling, Cool Mini or Not had a booth. There was a vendor area where there was a couple different people who were launching independent games or making independent miniatures.
And of course, Cool Mini or Not.
And they had things like DVD tutorials. I bought the Masterworks miniature painting with Marique Ramir. I don't know if I'm saying that right. From Dark Sword Miniatures. And then there's also the 7-Day Army Painter.
That's crazy.
With Brandon Palmer. This guy, Brandon
I can't
Palmer,
wait to watch that.
amazing painter.
I want to watch both these, and then we're going to start painting lots of miniatures.
Yeah, I mean, so many cool things. They also sold, Cool Mini or Not makes a magazine for their scene, and they show all the different stuff. I bought the one with Rivet Wars on it, of course.
Of course, because Rivet Wars is awesome.
All the Rivet Wars stuff. They also make a book, an annual, for all the cool minis that come out that year. And it's just like filled.
It's an art book full of minis.
Yeah, amazing. So if you're into sculpture and you're into any of these little toys, or even if you're not into toys but you're into sculpture, you should pick these books up. They're amazing.
It's a whole another world of minifigures.
Yeah, I mean,
I used to enjoy that kind of stuff when I was doing a lot more Dungeons and Dragons kind of thing. And then I kind of moved into what we do now, larger, what we call minifigures.
right.
But it's cool because it's like two worlds that exist separately but can also coexist.
Well, the funny thing is, like, people think of like gaming miniatures and they think of D&D, and it automatically turns certain people off, I think, because you're like, I'm not going to play D&D.
Right.
But these people, these games that these guys are doing now, it's not just D&D. Like, it's not that thing where you have to be like,
a board game
I am an elf and my name is Ramirez, and like you have to like.
I'm a little offended by that.
You don't have to you don't do that anymore. Like, you don't have to do that. It's like it's almost like playing a board game and using these cool miniatures.
Almost. It's exactly like playing a board game and using miniatures. It's
not like Clue with like a little thing where you just walk, or like Sorry where you're walking around a board. It's a cooler, like, it's battles, but it's like, I don't know, it's a lot. It's different than what I was expecting. Like, okay. I didn't think that.
But you like it,
right?
Is what you're saying?
Yeah, it's amazing. And look at these little guys. How can you not want that? There was.
I do. I want them all.
Here's the ones that you bought. Let's look at the one you bought.
Oh, okay. So I got this rad skeleton guy. Ooh. Actually, I can open this guy.
One of the other cool things that they do at this convention is you have your badge for the show. Every time you play a different game, you get a little ribbon that shows that you played it. So by the end, some of these guys had like 50 ribbons down the thing. Like they had like all the games they were playing. Obviously, we were doing a little more walking around and talking than playing games, so we didn't get all the ribbons.
We were trying to do some filming, and we were on a couple panels.
Yes.
This little guy's cool. So now what's really interesting is a lot of these miniatures come not finished. So you still have to clean the flashing off and kind of clean them up a little bit, and then you can...
Yeah, I mean, and that's the part of this whole scene is like...
It's like buying a garage kit.
It's that, and it's still a DIY thing. Like, you know, a lot of people in the vinyl toy scene love to paint things and do the DIY thing. And these things are perfect for that because you get them, you have to clean up the flashing, sometimes you have to glue pieces together, and then...
Depending on how big, yeah.
And then you paint them. I mean, it's exactly a DIY toy, except it's tiny.
So this particular skeleton, which I think is super cute, is from Endless Fantasy Tactics.
On the paint it and take it table, there was a bunch of Rivet Wars models. So I took them.
Are you pocketing Rivet Wars?
I did.
We're trying to build Rivet armies.
I didn't even paint them. I just took them.
All right, and
then...
Oh, go ahead.
Caller Dave was there. Caller Dave was in attendance. And he brought us this amazing fish, angler fish. And he showed us some of his art, which was really cool. And then...
Thanks for hanging out, Caller Dave.
Yeah, it was great. Should we show these things?
If you want.
We were also hanging out with Pablo, and which is Eat More Toys, and Crackit, and Daniel Smith, and Pablo brought some of his stuff to show us, and he gave us some of them to take home. So
awesome.
We got some more
Thank
custom
you.
Eat More Toys here.
Toys?
Eat More Toys.
Hello, Eat More Toys.
So that was awesome. So I don't know, what else do you want to... should that be it for that? Is that...
Yeah, and we got to see some friends when we drove cross country. We got to see Slick and Jessica from Slick McFavorite and Mrs.
We can't start
McFavorite.
naming everybody, or we're going to forget
I know,
somebody.
and Greg
then...
Marine, and
don't do
Carson
it.
Catlin.
You're doing it. Now you got to figure out
people.
everybody.
I know.
Nope, now you got to tell everybody.
Nope, I'm done.
Thomas and
Angela. So we also were on a couple panels.
Yeah, are we gonna? Should they just look for those at some point?
Well, we were on a couple panels. The first one was about doing what we do, being on the internet, talking about toys and games and all that stuff. So that one was pretty interesting, and I think you can hear that panel at dicetower.com. I think they already have that one up.
I think both of those guys filmed it.
Yes.
And recorded it. So I don't
know.
And
also watch it played on YouTube. But then we were on another panel, which was, I think, kind of more up our alley. We were on it with Ted Terranova. Not that that's bad. We just...
I'm just kidding.
No, but
those guys aren't going to watch our show.
It was a really interesting panel. I liked what came out of it. So watch it. It'll be on YouTube very shortly. But it was us, Ted Terranova, and Eric Lang. Awesome people, awesome game designers. Just really cool perspective on creating your own properties.
Yeah, and they're fun to listen to, and it's great just to hear their perspective on gaming and design and stuff like that. Really fun.
I kind of wish I was both on the panel and in the audience.
You can be when you watch it, when you edit it.
I
can. Yeah, so it was really fun. Hopefully we get to go back next year. And if we do, we got to do more. Like, we got to have a bigger meetup. We need everybody to come in. We want everybody to come inside, because just to sit there and imagine all of the toy breakers like just coming in and sitting there painting together.
Well, now that we know more about the expo and what they do at the expo,
or like
it'd be fun to have people come in. We can
toy
play
break
games
game,
together.
like a toy break zombicide. Everybody all playing, and like I mean, they would play all night. Like,
we can do that.
I would just love to.
We can just play in our pajamas.
I would just love to paint with everybody, like, and they can bring in their own toy and paint it if they want.
Sure.
But like, or you can get these free minis.
Let's all just paint some minis.
That'd be amazing. So next year, toy break meetup.
And it's only like $15 a day, I think.
Yeah, it was like $15.
Day.
Let's come in on a Saturday. We'll have a huge meetup. It'll be amazing. We're doing it.
And we get to play Cool Mini or Not games, which are totally cool.
So keep an eye out on Kickstarter. Those guys, they release a lot of their games, and we'll tell you about them when they're around. But keep an eye out for them on Kickstarter.
Kickstarter. I'm sure he'll back them.
I will. I'll back all their games. I love their games.
Awesome. What else do we have for review? And huge thank you to the Cool Mini or Not guys for having us out.
Yes,
Sorry.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're all amazing. So.
It was just so amazing getting to hang out with everybody and meet all the designers and the people who bring these games to life.
Okay, up next.
And Ted, who also... Everybody. I just had so much fun.
We usually don't open things ahead of time. I like to open them on the show, but we were warned ahead of time that they're packaged tightly, so we need to open them. So I've already seen what's in these, but I haven't seen what's in the envelopes. So we'll get to open envelopes.
I haven't seen anything.
And we'll get to open these things. So first up, we're going to open the
Which thing should I open first?
All right, well, let's do the envelope first.
This one has an A on it.
That one's for you.
For a George.
A George. And this one has a G for good Aileen.
Galeen. Oh.
So these are art cards by Auntie Andy. I think his name is Auntie Andy on the forum. Oh my God, look at that.
Mine says Toy Break.
Look what it is.
Don't touch it, it's mine. Oh, you guys, I got a pony.
And a Fett. These are amazing.
You guys.
All right, so these are by Auntie Andy. I believe that's his name on the forum. I don't have all the information here, but yeah, so very cool. Look at that, Boba Fett
These
pony.
are amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much.
Wow.
I didn't know there was going to be special personalized cards.
Bonus.
I need a little frame. Now I need a little frame. Okay, now what's in the box?
So now, these are by Ken Goff. I can't get this out of
What
the
are
thing.
they?
They're called Crucible, I guess, and it's a digital sculpt by Marco Valenzuela. And so Marco put this 3D file up online for anybody to download, and you can just download and print it.
Okay.
So Ken took the download. He has access to a printer, so he printed them.
Sweet.
And then he did some painted. He painted some of them.
Ooh, I see what color mine is.
So I don't know how much he's selling them for or what they go for, but you can get the painted versions by him. Or if you have access to a 3D printer, you could probably just get the 3D print. What does it smell like?
Vinegar.
I don't smell it.
Oh, well, I don't know what to tell you on that one. Maybe you go to the doctor.
So, I don't know.
Mine's purple.
These are amazing.
Look how cool that is. There's so much, like, detail. There's just something to look at on every angle of this.
Now, normally, you hear me gripe about 3D prints and how, like, oh, they didn't finish it. It needs to be cleaned up, like, because you get a lot of build lines and things like that. On these particular pieces, I actually like the build line texture. I think it adds...
Because it adds texture.
It adds a cool texture to this thing that wouldn't otherwise have been there. And it almost makes it look a little more like a tree, because it has like a kind of tree vibe to me. So it almost makes it that tree barkish look. Like, I don't know. I really like the texture that the 3D output gave it.
Is this like number 5 of 13? Can you put like a candle in here?
I don't know. Because it's just output material. I don't know if
I
it's
probably,
meltable.
I'm not going to put fire near it. Fire! Fire!
Wow. I wonder if you could.
This is really cool.
Yeah, these look amazing. So, do we have any information on Ken Goff's website or anything like that?
I bet you could get it at the Toy Break show notes.
We could. And Dropcag is his name on the forum if you want to find him on there.
So if you go to toybreak.com, check the show notes, you can find links for Ken Goff's work.
Or if you just go to the toybreak.com and click on forum and go in there and PM Dropcag and find out more information.
I gotta say, I saw a picture of this online a while ago. I can't remember if it was before we were traveling or not, but for some reason, again, it's so hard to tell in pictures what size something is. And for some reason, I thought as I was passing the picture that it was little. So I'm really excited that he sent them because they're big.
They're pretty huge. I mean, look at it with the skeleton next to it.
That's a 6-inch. This is a 6-inch like tree creation, tree figure, trigger. Oh, he's gonna be like, wait, oh, look at him. He's a little skeleton in a tree. Who doesn't want that? Aww.
Aww. That's awesome.
Very cool. So thank you so much, Ken. These are rad. And look at it, it's purple. All right, we have more.
We do.
Oh, this box is heavy.
Yeah, I know. So let's see what's inside.
Oh goodness. Would you like to tell us what's inside?
Well, first there's
Okay.
there's a little gift for you for your birthday. It came a little late.
Man.
So this is called Stumpy.
So this is coming out later this year.
Yeah.
Actually.
This is a preview of something that's coming out.
Am I supposed to show it? I don't even know.
I think you can. And then this thing.
Stumpy Warburton. I'll just give you a quick peek. It's a quick peek. Obviously, these are from Dr. A.
This thing is called
Whoa!
Colonel Rhombus.
Too many things to look at.
This is the AP version of the figure with pewter gears, which you could see on the side here.
Whoa!
On the side here. The regular bronze run debuted at ToyCon UK.
This is so much bigger than I thought it was in the pictures.
I know, it totally is.
So, like you were saying, the regular bronze run debuted at ToyCon UK. That one's limited to 50 pieces, and it's actually available now at spookypop.bigcartel.com for £45 each.
These are actually it's a mix of.
I thought it was smaller.
It's a cold cast
I love it.
metal where it's like a metal powder that you mix into the resin when you pour it, and then you can actually the shine and the buff that you see is actually buffed metal, like because the metal bonds with the resin. So you can actually, the more you polish this, the more it would actually polish out.
That's really cool.
And it could actually tarnish over time.
That's a very
I would
unique way
imagine.
of making something like this.
Very cool. I love the extra little brass key that he included too. Fun.
This is so... My hand smells a little metally. It's way heavier than you expect it to be. I mean, it's not quite as heavy as if it was entirely metal, but... Very, very cool. How big is that? It's like 5 inches, 6 inches with the hat. This is very neat. Oh, Dr. A. Beautiful work. Beautiful mustachioed work.
I gotta tell you, the sculpting on this little dude is amazing too.
I know.
Like, look at all the little details and stuff. The sculpting on here, I mean, look at this little, like, filigree on the back, and, like, the gears are amazing in there.
It's beautiful.
That's gotta be hard to cast.
I don't want to cast it.
Wow, look at that bottom plate and everything.
You like?
Yeah.
45 pounds. Are you in?
Toit.
Toy. I like that you can, like... It doesn't actually do anything when you do this. Alright.
Awesome.
A little bit more stuff. So many exciting things
So
coming
much
out.
happens when you take a road trip.
Or just so many awesome toys come out in general.
Alright, so what we have here
A box of goodies.
are Power Lords.
I've heard of those.
I believe you've heard us talk about these in the past.
Nope, never.
And I'm going to start with the two that I think are the two ones that you need to start with, and this is Atom Power and Lord Power. The original ones had this weird feature where they were sculpted like it was one figure, Atom Power and Lord Power, and then like you just turn his torso around and like one guy was on one side, one guy's on the other, and the feet were just kind of going both ways. The Horsemen have taken them and made them into two separate figures, which is the way they really should have been made from the beginning.
More standard action figures. And of course, it's got this cool Horseman packaging where you slide the card out and
then
keeps
you
your
can just
package intact.
slide the card back in, and you can take him in and out if you want. But check out, like, I mean, look at how amazing the paint on this figure. Let's open up any one of those.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm opening up this one. All right, so Atom Power comes with Ion Blaster Rifle, Power Staff, and interchangeable orange-blue Power Soldier head. He goes for $15. And Lord Power comes with Ion Blaster Rifle, Power Staff, and interchangeable orange-blue Elite Power Soldier head for $15 also.
Oh, that's cool.
You like that?
So you can look like he put his helmet on. That's awesome. I might keep him with the human head. Look at the cool thing about these is like it's almost like a matte finish on this paint.
Like Matt Dowdy finish?
No, just a regular old matte finish.
Whoa.
Look at the sculpting on that head is awesome. The paint's really nice on the face. Looks really cool.
That's awesome. And we finally have Atom Power.
Yeah, it's true. I just love
That's
that.
exciting.
I love that finish on it, that matte finish.
Oh, tried to pull him out and his arm came off. It's
Well,
supposed
it's okay.
to come
It's
off.
supposed
It's
to. And the nice thing is, again, these are all glass compatible, so you can yank arms off. You can yank arms apart here and here. Very cool. Like, and the nice
Would they
thing
be
is
interchangeable with anything?
they will be. So, like, when you take this guy, you'll be able to take his little arm and take his little arm and switch them out. So you can have, boom, skeleton arms. That hand looks a little big for him, so what you would do is just take this hand off, put that hand back on. Boom, you'll be able to put that right back in there. Obviously, these joints are not final on this skeleton, so they don't work yet, but they will.
It's just a prototype.
But look at that. That's going to be
That's
amazing.
awesome!
That's going to be so cool.
Oh, I can't wait to play with Skeleton
You'll be able to
Warriors
take
with my
that
Power
helmet.
Lords. Alright, so there's more figures than just Atom Power and Lord Power.
Giant
There is
head.
also Griptog, the four-fisted brute. He comes with Super Mace and features a rotating head with two faces. Bloop. These guys do that. Bloop. Bloop.
Now, how tall is that?
Oh,
How tall is that dude when you stand him up?
Stuff falls off. His arm just wants
You
to
need to
fall off.
lock it in there, probably.
You need to lock it in. Lock it in.
Let's see what he looks like when he's standing next to, say, a skeleton.
All right, but there's also, so this guy goes for $40, but this is the Graptic, the four-fisted trooper. He comes with super mace and alternate red and blue grip tog arms and head for $40. Look at all the extra.
Wow. Holy cow, 2 levels of goodness?
Yeah, it's a 2-pack. It's a 2-level.
Wow.
Two
See
tier.
now, see how this is,
Look at all the goodies.
even though it's a 3 3/4 inch scale line, this guy is a lot bigger.
I see
Keep
that.
in mind, that's what Baron Dark is. When the humans come out, they're going to be in scale to this dude, this human.
Prince Lightstar for our skeleton warriors would be about the same size as Adam Power.
He'll probably be a little thicker just because he's got a little more bulked up armor on than
Mhm.
this guy does. But keep that in mind when you're buying, like, look, here's this, Baron Dark is the same size as the skeleton. So keep in mind Baron Dark is the big guy in the line. So he's going to be in scale more towards the big figure of their line. So that's how that's all working.
Ah, scale.
Scale. We're talking scale now. So even
Look
though...
at how cool that all is next to each other.
I know.
Look at these guys, though, with all the heads.
When these two dudes battle, it's going to be pretty epic.
Look at this head. Yeah. Look at this black head.
That's awesome.
I know, you should put it on him.
I don't want to. I like the blue one.
I want to see it on him. How about the staff? Will you at least play with the staff? Or mace. That's the mace.
Whee!
This is the staff. Oh, and he's got the alternate loincloth. So we can have the skirty
Let's just
style.
leave it in there for now.
And of course red and blue arms.
Ugh, I keep dropping his arm.
It's okay, it comes off, it's Glyos. So while we're playing with these, can I read you a question from a viewer?
You can.
Fantastic. This question is from Luca on the forum. If I can ask the creators of OTMFG directly, what is the general direction you guys want this line to go in? Are you making what you've been wanting to make? Are you making stuff that you have recently thought of, or is it something else? I'd very much love to hear more about a mini history on these, as I know a lot about OMFG, but not too much about this line. So far we have Mike, Baby Deadbeat, Zombie Faden, and now Brocodle. One is understandably promotional, one started off as a Kickstarter bonus, and the other two are part of some awesome veggie militia. Are the vegetable squad subtle hints that we need to leave our mother's basements, have sun on our pasty skin, and eat our veggies instead of ramen and junk food? Or do you guys just have a thing with animate vegetables? Well, we're the creators of the OTMF. Like, we're the
Hey,
curators.
we're the right people to ask then.
Perfect question. Perfect people to ask. So, one is understandably promotional. That would be Mike.
Yeah,
He's
the
our little
TV
toy break
head,
guy.
the TV head toy break guy.
One started off as a Kickstarter bonus. Faden actually started off as an OTMFG, and then we thought it was cool to add him in as a Kickstarter bonus.
Technically, he started off as part of Zombie Series 2.
Technically.
But we moved him over to OTMFG to get him out quicker because he's been sitting around so long on our shelf that I wanted him. Like, I was sick of just seeing him as a resin and being the only person that had one. I wanted other people to be able to have one too. And I wanted a bunch of them. So.
And then we have two are part of
selfish.
some awesome veggie militia. That was not planned, actually, that we have a veggie militia.
No.
They just happened to be both vegetables. I guess we like vegetables. The thing about OTMFG is it's kind of a place where OMFG is voted on and picked out by the community, and that's really cool. Because, a lot of people get to put their voice in, and we get to make a line that a lot of people want to, are involved in and want to be a part of. And OTMFG is our way of picking out some of the things that maybe didn't make it into OMFG, or maybe was something we created on our own, like Brocodle. Just kind of a fun way to get some of our minifigure stuff out there.
Without having to have it win votes. We voted on ourselves. All of them should be able to fit ideally into OMFG. Like, they should kind of all...
You mean OMFG?
Isn't that what I said?
Oh, I thought you said OTMFG.
All of them should be
It's
able
confusing.
to fit into that world. But it's more of just like, with OTMFG, I'm not necessarily the sculptor. You
mean OMFG?
Right, with OMFG, I'm not necessarily the sculptor. With OTMFG, I get to do the sculpting. Like, it gets to be the thing that I want to sculpt.
It's a little bit more controlled, so we can take care of proportions and scale and make sure that things all fit together. And it's a way just to get beyond OMFG, where we can only do 5 figures at a time, per round of OMFG. It's a way to, push a few more figures out, because let's face it, I mean, if we had thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, we could just put out
We could
tons
keep
of
doing them all
toys.
the time.
But we don't have that. So we kind of try to make what we can when we can. And this is a way we figured that we could get some more figures out there, because that's stuff that we want to see and stuff that we would want to buy.
Right, and even if it's one at a time, it's a little bit more affordable for us to put out one at a time, but we can't, that way we don't have to worry about doing a 5-pack at a time or things like that. So it's just a little bit easier way for us to get something out there.
So what is the goal, or the
See this
the
shelf?
thing of...
I want it to go 400 feet in the air.
There is no unified theme of OTMFG except stuff that we, October Toys, think is cool. That's it.
And then hopefully someone else likes it too.
And there's usually a reason we do it. Like the little deadbeat. George was the sculptor on the big deadbeat for Scott, with Scott Tollison.
Right.
So it was really cool to do sort of a cross promotional, like, you worked on the big one, and then we also made the little one, and it promotes both of our things, and our stuff promoting Scott's stuff, his stuff promoting our stuff.
Well, plus we just wanted to see a tiny version of it.
Plus a tiny version is cool.
Yeah.
Brocodle you made out of just love of that shape.
That came in a basket one day. That vegetable showed up, and I was just so enthralled with the shape of the this nature's sculpting of this vegetable, that I was like, this thing's amazing. I got to do something with this. So I broke a little chunk off, because it's basically like broccoli, where there's like a big bulb of it, and then you can break it off, and there's a little bulb of it. So the big bulb of the brocodle was awesome. So I broke off a little bulb, and I molded it, cast it up in wax, sculpted up the little dude on the one side,
dude.
kept it as clean as I could on the other side, so that it captured nature's sculpting, and then Mother Nature and I made a figure.
Mother Nature. I love when you tell me that the whole idea behind it is that if you have that vegetable, you like thinking that if you broke each piece off, there would be those little gnome guys, like, hiding. Like, they're just hiding in the little vegetable waiting for you.
So,
I love that. That's so cool.
That's really all there is. It's more of just, there's no agenda behind it. It's just stuff that we like.
Instead of a big world, we let each little individual character in OTMFG have its own little world.
Yeah.
That's what I think of, at least.
Good answer.
When we do it.
Good answer. I'll go with that.
Awesome.
What she said.
How about some events?
Let's hear it. Kickstarter, Skeleton Warriors. Oh, wait,
Going
that's not
on
an
right
event.
now. Also, world's greatest one-of-one custom toy show. This is a group custom toy show curated by Johnny KMNDZ Rodriguez at the Center for the Arts in Pomona, California, on June 14th, facebook.com/oneofone-show.
Brick World. It's a Lego fan convention at the Renaissance Convention Center in Schaumburg, Illinois. That's right, Amanda. June 15th and 16th, brickworld.us.
Awesome. And that is it for episode 309, Skeleton Warriors. No?
Sure, Skeleton Warriors.
Skeleton Warriors it is. Don't forget, you can save money with Toy Break coupons online. You can check the show notes at toybreak.com for details, as well as links to everything we talk about. Of course, the Skeleton Warriors Kickstarter that we're running right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Huge thank you to everyone who's been supporting us and backing it and spreading it around on Facebook and Twitter and social media. And we can't thank you enough, because we want to get these figures made, and we want to get them made and sent out to you so that you can play with them with your other Glio stuff, and it's going to be awesome!
And even if you don't want it and you want to simply, post about it on Facebook or any of your social medias, we would appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Also, you can watch at toybreak.com past episodes. You can join the contest and the discussions in the forum. You can check out the goodies page. You can also help support the show. You know what? You can support the show by shopping on Amazon, but you can also support it by sharing the information about Kickstarter. You can also call and leave us a voicemail at 818-AM-I-GOOD. You can email us at info@toybreak.com. You can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/toybreak. You can check out our toy briefs, our toy girls, and full Toy Break episodes at youtube.com/toybreak. You can follow us on Twitter at Toybreak. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Aileen Gaspar.
I'm at George Gaspar.
And that is it.
Do you think there's going to get to be a point in our history where the whole thing is dumb? Like the way, because everything gets dumb. So like you're going to go back to these
everything gets
episodes And like we're gonna be like, follow me at George Gaspar, and people are gonna be like, I remember when you used to say that.
Yeah.
In like 10 years, when the new thing is some other word that you put in front of your
Everything
name,
will be like Dash.
or whatever they choose to do next.
Follow me, Dash, Alien Gaspar.
Yeah. I have
Rainbow
a feeling
Dash.
we're gonna sound stupid in about 5 years.
I think we already sound stupid.
We probably already do.
All right. Well, thank you so
And
much,
now
everyone.
here's your toy break.
And now here's your toy break.
Yes.